2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the WNBA.
Hello and welcome to our coverage of the WNBA on 2K Sports. Tonight we'll see the New York Liberty as they play against the Indiana Fever. Thanks for joining us. I'm Blake Wnba here with Brian Banafitemi and Tim Swartz.
You know, with the length of the WNBA season, it can really fly by in a hurry.
Just when you think you're starting to get settled in, we've already played a decent chunk of the year.
And that makes each game count that much more. There's very little room for error during the regular season.
Ionescu, she's covered by Clark. Clock at 6. From the arc, and Sabrina Ionescu with the triple.
You can't give Ionescu any airspace from downtown. If you do, she'll torch you from there.
Pulls up, and it's good off the back rim and in.
Very well done. Confident and composed, as always.
Ionescu outside, puts up a 3, and again it's the Liberty from deep.
Great read by Ionescu at just about 6 feet. Sabrina is pretty tall for a 1. She's able to see the whole court.
Mitchell up top. Launches it. Sinks the triple.
Only took them a few seconds to answer the 3-ball at one end with their own.
A 3-point battle starting to take shape here.
Now here is Ionescu. Here's Phoebish. Ionescu right side. Caitlin Clark pulls it in. Bonner left side. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. Jones outside. Good. And Sabrina Ionescu gets the dime.
And the offense, 3 of 4. A solid start to the game, if I say so myself.
Pass to Howard. Boston with it. Mitchell with it. 5 points in the game. Just over 2.5 minutes played here in the first quarter. And she converts the layup. Now here is Ionescu. She's covered by Clark. Now here is Stewart. Natasha Howard with the rebound. The #1 overall pick in 2016. Breanna Stewart continues to be a big-time player in the W.
Well, her transition from Connecticut to the WNBA was seamless. She won Rookie of the Year and established herself as a star right from the jump. Now, as a veteran, Stewie remains one of the most dominant players in the league. Shoot 2.
And it's tied up with that one. Drafted back in 2018, Kelsey Mitchell has spent her entire career with Indiana.
Yeah, and the Fever have yet to make the playoffs with her on the team. It's made Kelsey really overlooked. Quietly, she's carried their offense over the years, put up big numbers, and was an all-star in 2023.
And that one falls, and that puts them up. It's a 1-point game now.
And, you know, even before coming to the WNBA, Kelsey Mitchell was an established star. When she finished her college career, she was second all-time in points.
Good on the bucket.
As hot as she's been this quarter, the game plan should be simple. Get her the ball and get out of the way.
Outside, Lainey Hamilton. Her second shot goes in. Off to a good start. 2 for 2.
Give an assist there, not for a pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed her up and really just made that layup possible.
She found the perfect spot behind the arc there, a big gap in the D.
Goes outside. Lainey Hamilton. Ionescu. She's covered by Clark. Yes, great play by Aaliyah Boston to set it up.
So far, so good for them at the offensive end in the early going.
Their field goal percentage is terrific, exactly the start they were hoping for.
Now here's Lainey Hamilton. 5 points in the game. Tasha Howard with the rebound.
Well, I'm going to say the defense got pretty lucky right there because she's going to make a lot more of those than she misses when she gets that much.
Here's Clark. 5 points in the game.
And it's Bonner missing.
Pass to Stewart. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good, and she'll go to the line.
While Brianna Stewart has a lot of years left in the tank, she's already in the GOAT conversation.
It's crazy. I mean, she's had 5 straight top 3 finishes in MVP race. She's already won every award, every title. You're taking college, internationally, WNBA. She's on a path unmatched in the history of the game.
And when you look at the rich history of the Liberty, last year was their strongest team yet.
The most regular season games the Liberty ever won was 23. Until last year, when they won 32. Brianna Stewart won MVP, beating the Aces for the Commissioner's Cup. But in the almighty WNBA Finals, the Liberty fell to the Aces in 4 games.
Pass to Jones. To the wing on the left. Tries again. And Clark pulls it down.
Well, offensively speaking, it has been a tough quarter for her.
Fires for 3. Connects from 3-point range.
The D has gotten a little lax defending the 3-point shot at that end.
Yeah, 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed coming from beyond the arc.
Now here's Ionescu.
Now Lainey Hamilton.
Lays it up and banks it in.
A nice conclusion to a good-looking possession. Coach has got to be happy about that one.
Pass to Bonner for 3. New York with the rebound.
She may have been surprised to find herself so open. I mean, maybe that's why she missed.
Ionescu outside. Inside. Over Clark. And Caitlin Clark with a block. Mitchell outside. Pass to Bonner. That one falls coming off Kelsey Mitchell's feet.
An adaptable scorer, Bonner shows the ability to out-duel opponents on contact finishes.
Now Lainey Hamilton.
Out to the right wing. Brianna Stewart from outside. Does not score again, and that's her 4th miss against one mate.
She is going to buy herself a ticket to the bank. She keeps shooting like she has this quarter so far.
Their defense just hasn't been able to slow them down.
That's a big reason why they're trailing, surrendering too many easy buckets.
Now here's Ionescu.
Here's Lainey Hamilton.
And she drops in the layup off glass.
No misses for her yet in this quarter. Solid as a rock.
Pass to Mitchell. Howard, defended by Stewart. Now here's Bonner. D right on her. That one's good for 2.
Now, these teams, they don't look like they belong on the same court today.
I don't think they do. A double-digit lead, and we're still in the first? Ouch.
Ryan, I hope this one gets closer. Jeez.
And Stewart gets it to go.
What a move. Watching Stewart doing things like that, you can forget she's 6'4".
To the paint.
Top pick in the 2023 draft. Lee Boston more than delivered her rookie season.
Oh, you can say that. I mean, she wasn't just rookie of the year. Aaliyah was also an all-star, led the W in field goal percentage, top 10 in key metrics for a center, rebounding and blocks. I mean, what more can you ask from the top overall pick in Aaliyah Boston?
First free throw is good.
Hey, it didn't take long for Aaliyah Boston to make waves here in the W. She came ready.
Aside from the accolades she racked up in her first season, her team just plays better with her on the floor. She's a spark plug out there, and it seems that the team goes the way Aaliyah goes. She is a force at the 4-5 position in this league. Well, you just have to be excited about Aaliyah Boston, a young woman with tons of skills. She dominated in college, and she's going to dominate in the WNBA.
perfect screen there. Set her up with a terrific look.
Yeah, but that's a bad job by the defender to not fight through that screen to contest.
You want to see more effort there.
Pass to Dantas. Launches a three. Gets a three-pointer to fall.
Outstanding start from three-point range. Their shooters are on fire.
Tough to guard a team when they can space it out like this, am I right?
Now here's Cloud. Here's Jones. She's guarded by Boston. Shoots a fader. Jones can't hit. So it's Indiana now. It's a 10-point game. Cunningham drops in the layup for two.
There's a pattern taking shape. They're working it inside and getting good shots in close range.
Yeah, 4 of their last 5 baskets have been of exactly that variety.
And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play.
Indiana
Fever ahead, up by 12. And we'll be back with you shortly. Welcome back. It's been all one-way traffic through the first as the second quarter gets underway. And guys, Beaver pretty much in control here.
I think the roof is up, but get some people some umbrellas. It has been raining in here. A lot of threes.
Yeah, you know I'm a huge umbrella guy, but hey, when it rains, it pours. And they haven't let up from beyond the arc.
Here's Cloud. No scoring yet from her, but that's likely to change. Davis. Over Cunningham. Second chance shot. Sabali shot is off.
Yeah, remember that. That's not an opportunity. She fails to convert very often.
Pass to Colson. Hull. Cunningham. Guarded by Davis. The tray. Offensive rebound, Fever. Boston, no good. Down low, Cloud. Good for the basket, starting off 1-for-1 with that shot.
A nice little wrinkle to her game. At 6 feet, Cloud is a big guard. Helps her inside.
And the call is going to be, an illegal screen.
Well, I just think an illegal screen, it's one of the toughest calls for an official to make.
Yeah, you have to appreciate how difficult a job they have to do when it comes to making calls like that. It's not as easy as people might think.
And the refs in this league just do a great job.
Here's Burke. Davis. Bonner defending. Cloud outside. Now Burke. Fires from deep. But they get it back. Pass to Davis. Stewart with the ball. And the lead is down inside single digits.
A true threat inside and outside. Stewart's height and touch, they allow her to be effective down low.
Now here's Cunningham. Defended by Stewart. Here's Hull. The three-pointer off the mark.
Even without that 3-ball dropping for her, the defense should have done way more on that last play.
Yeah, I mean, the D's got to be better as a coach. You can't stand seeing her having that much space to get her shot off.
Here's Colson. She hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. They get it back. And it's Bonner missing.
If she can get to the rim, she'll usually turn it into points, but the defense stood tall there.
Pass to Sabali. To the inside. Davis, that's good. 3 minutes of action thus far in the second quarter. And obviously the addition of Caitlin Clark to the Fever, well, that brought lots of extra attention.
I mean, Fever tickets are as hot as any in American sports, no matter what league. Clark bringing so much hype, and basketball fans everywhere are tuned in to see her every move, and by extension, the Fever as well.
Here's Burke. From beyond the arc, they get it again. Here's Sabali. The third shot of the possession finally falls for them.
She was the first one to react to that miss. I mean, that's just a hustle play on the putback.
Bonner outside. To stop the drought. And she sinks the layup.
There's so many ways she can score. Bonner can operate in the paint. Her physical abilities help with that.
Pass to Davis. To the middle. It's rebounded by DeWanna Bonner. The Fever with the lead. Here's Colson. Now Hull. Shot clock at 5. No dice from the high post.
She had all the space she needed, but just could not find the bottom of the bucket.
Cloud. No good with the layup. Pass to Hull. Here's Colson. Stewart grabs the miss. On offense, here the Liberty. They've only given up 2 points this quarter.
Look at Stewart go.
Timeout.
Look, she's versatile and not afraid to push the tempo to score some fast break points.
Timeout called the Fever. In 2023, the Liberty made their long-awaited return to the WNBA Finals.
It's crazy to think about it, guys, but that was their first trip to the finals in 21 years. And despite it being the Liberty's 5th finals appearance, still no titles. Incredible when you think this is an original WNBA franchise and the amount of stars and Hall of Famers they've had over the years.
And it's the Fever ball. They held a 12-point lead earlier. Pass to Clark. There's the triple. Again, the miss by the Fever. Here's Lainey Hamilton. DeWanna Bonner with the rebound. Clark with it. That's it. Coming off an assist from DeWanna Bonner. Lainey Hamilton with it. 9 points in the game. Sabrina Ionescu from outside. The second chance effort. And Stewart, the lay-in, gets good.
They're going on a nice little run here.
And getting to the rack has been the key. They're getting point-blank looks time and time again.
Now here's Mitchell. He's got 11. And it's been a rough few years for Indiana. They haven't been to the playoffs since 2016.
Single-digit wins in 5 of the last 7 seasons. But the good news is the Fever have loads of young talent. Starting with Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston, they have arguably the best young core in the W.
Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good. Well, New York won that 2020 lottery, and their prize, man, it was a great one. Sabrina Ionescu.
Well, she was the first piece, right? And she endured some tough times. But her talent and overall play helped attract Breanna Stewart, Jonquel Jones, and other key players.
And the second free throw, good. And, guys, we've heard so much about Caitlin Clark, but, Brian, why don't you give a scouting report to those who haven't gotten a chance to see her play?
Well, she's an incredible passer. She's got limitless range, and I think she's underrated as a defender. For the Fever, we're talking about a franchise player to build around.
Now here's Mitchell. She's got 12. Clark outside from deep three-point range.
She's cooled down a little bit after burying those 2 threes in the first quarter.
Ionescu outside. Lainey Hamilton. Outside Stewart. Three-pointer Sabrina Ionescu. It's through for her second basket. She's now 2 for 6.
They really set Ionescu up for success there. Perfectly positioned with a good look at the hoop.
Pass to Howard. Tries a 3. Buries it from three-point range.
Those two, they just keep going right at each other from deep.
A little one-on-one action we've got on our hands here, Tim.
I'm not complaining.
Now here's Lainey Hamilton. 9 points in the game. Count it. Good.
Defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And if they don't start showing some aggression, things are just going to get worse.
Clark with it. Covered by Ionescu. Now here's Clark. Mitchell outside. The offensive rebound. The shot, no good. The Liberty trail. Inside. And that one's good. Stewart.
At the offensive end, she's done as much as they could have hoped for today.
Mitchell left side. Pass to Boston. And no good. That's some solid defense from Jonquel Jones. From the elbow. And that's good. A nice job on the glass, and they pick up the 2 on the second effort.
And without looking at the scoreboard, I mean, you'd think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back with this effort.
Yeah, playing with a lot of energy. A nice uptick in their second chance points this quarter.
Her first triple of the second quarter. Third of the game.
Sabrina Ionescu from outside. And again, it's New York with a 3.
The defense has not done a good job of getting after her because that's her second three-pointer this quarter.
Outside Howard. Pass to Clark. Lets the 3 fly. That falls. Nice feed that time from Natasha Howard.
Wow. 4 here in the first half. They're going to need to do something else on defense.
Ionescu outside. Down low. Jones. Out of bounds. Liberty ball as New York keeps possession. And that's not going to go. And the first half comes to a close in a tie game. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports.
Fans, please give a big round of applause for your youth dance squad.
Now, the start of the second half, neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. And how about this? We're seeing a tremendous game from Caitlin Clark.
Well, in terms of her points in the first half, that's pretty much what we've come to expect.
Which tells you really all you need to know about what a strong talent she is. I mean, I'm going to bet that she adds a lot more to her totals after the break.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half to get underway.
Teams are up to date, but graphics not so much.
Stewart. Now here is Ionescu. That 3 off the mark.
Yeah, she didn't punish them for the weak coverage that time, but they just can't count on her missing.
Absolutely, Brian. She's got to go right back to that shot.
Shot's good by Clark.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it did not work. Not if it results in that shot.
And guys, this is something we were just talking about off the air, but Caitlin Clark is one of the most hyped basketball players that we've ever seen.
Yeah, and we're not just talking about the WNBA. When you talk about the most hyped rookies, I think you probably have to go back to 2003 when LeBron went first overall. Basically, it's going to be really fun to see how Caitlin Clark's career goes.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
And this Liberty team, of course, features Breanna Stewart, Jonquel Jones, and Sabrina Ionescu. How about that big 3?
One of the best we've ever seen. Stewie and Jones are former MVPs, and Ionescu could win one pretty soon herself. This is a loaded roster.
Well, when you look at her game, what you appreciate most about Jonquel Jones is her versatility. a strong offensive player, and a very skilled defender as well.
And she was fouled on the way up. Two free throws for her.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Well, Caitlin Clark is as popular as anyone in this league. And it's easy to see why she's so well liked.
Yeah, she's just a fun player to watch. I mean, Clark takes those deep threes. I mean, she attempts some passes that others don't even think about or see. She brings so much excitement to the league, and a big reason why is her playing style.
The first free throw is good. That one falls, so she hits both of them. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. To the inside. And a great assist that time by Sabrina Ionescu as that one goes in.
She placed that pass right out in front of her and just let her run into it.
Bonner outside.
They get the rebound. Boston with the bucket.
Such a grinder, always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass. That's what she brings to the table.
Outside Stewart. And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
You have to make sure your feet are set. When you set those screens, they'll get you for it.
I thought maybe she was set. Now, I know that's a difficult call to make, but I think maybe they got that one wrong.
Now here's Clark. 22 points for her.
These defenders are putting up very little resistance to the three-point shot.
And it's killing them. 4 of the last 5 makes coming from long range.
Ionescu, that's good.
Deep into her bag. Ionescu elite with the rock.
And here's Bonner. 9 points in the game.
Caitlin Clark outside. Lainey Hamilton with the rebound.
Fast break, here they come. Ionescu has it, and Clark picks her up defensively.
Outside, Lainey Hamilton.
It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's an 86% accuracy mark. Tipped away. Pass to Howard.
And here's Boston.
Bonner, covered by Ionescu.
Bonner, shot is good.
New York trailing here. Ionescu outside.
Outside, Lainey Hamilton.
6 to shoot. Here's Ionescu. That one falls, and a nice feed from Lainey Hamilton.
4 of 5 to start the half, coming out strong.
Time called here. The Fever decide to talk it over.
Yeah, coach wants to get everybody on the same page out there. Maybe change up some things as well.
Yeah, that's probably a good timeout. You might as well talk things through.
And kind of change that game plan as well.
Third quarter of basketball here. A little under 3.5 minutes gone now. To the paint. Dantas. Count the bucket. Coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Inside, Dantas makes a good use of her size. That's what allows her to get to her shot.
Loud outside. In Caitlin Clark with a block. And so it looks like Liberty will retain possession here.
To New York.
Five on the clock. Pass to Davis. Jonquel Jones from long range. But they recover it. Now here's Cloud. Shot clock at 6. There's Jonquel Jones with the 3. Drills the three-pointer.
A gifted shooter for a player her size, Jones is a matchup nightmare.
Now here's Mitchell. Defense right on her. Pass to Hole. Mitchell. From deep. It's rebounded by Sabali.
On an open look like that, she's just got a gift for making the weak coverage pay.
That's a surprising miss. She's almost always deadly when she's that open, even from way downtown.
Now here's Clark. She's got 25.
Sometimes the intensity of a close game can lead to bonehead plays like that one, guys.
New York in the lead. Cloud outside. Jones outside. Off the mark there with the three.
If only she can improve on what's been a shaky day for her, they could really stretch this lead out, don't you think?
They're working it nicely right there.
Here's Ionescu. 13 points in this game. Natasha Howard pulls it in. Inside. Here's Mitchell. Here's Dantas. Foul call that time on the way up.
Jonquel Jones. Second personal foul. Second
It's going to be on
foul.
Jonquel Jones. And she's got her first free throws of the night right here.
Dantas. 2 shots.
And she makes the first.
At the free throw line, Dantas is one of the better shooting bigs, so you have to be smart when defending her.
That one misses.
Well, they should be in front right now, but she'll be relieved not to have come up totally empty.
Up top, Cloud. She's covered by Clark. Here's Jones. Basket number 5 goes in. She's now 5 for 12 from the floor.
She has definitely turned things around in this game. She was more of a background player in the first half, but here in the second half, she's looking like a star.
Now here's Clark. She's got 25.
Once again, she's able to knock down the long-range jumper. It's just been her night from deep.
New York calls timeout.
And when you talk about Natasha Howard, you have to look at more than those scoring numbers. Her impact goes deeper.
I think sometimes, us as broadcasters, analysts, we can normally measure players a little bit too much with their scoring average. Howard's won 3 titles in major part because of her defense. She's won a Defensive Player of the Year, and she does so many things on the floor that don't show up in the box score.
Boston.
Pass to Burke. Now Davis. Jones. 5 to shoot. Here's Cloud. And again, it's the Liberty missing.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebounding stats for both teams are almost identical.
Yeah, they battled to a standstill on the boards, but the game isn't over yet. We'll see who keeps up the energy.
And terrific defense at the rim got right in her path.
And you know they'll be worrying about her next time they take it inside, too. And really, that's what great defenders will do to you.
Now here's Boston.
And she uses the glass on the layup.
Assistant.
She has been unconscious this quarter.
Boston.
They're riding that hot hand.
New York trailing here. Pass to Davis. Stewart. Here's Jones. And the bucket counts. And she's on her way to the line to try to make it a 3-point play.
And former MVP Jonquel Jones made a finals appearance in her first season with the Liberty.
Yeah, and she also led the Sun to the finals while she was in Connecticut. Here's Jones, she's just an ideal stretch big. 6'6", great length, about 38% from 3 over her career. If you have Jones on your team, you're going to win a lot of games.
One shot.
have to respect how Jonquel Jones has continually upped her game.
Well, she never seems satisfied with her game, does she? Even after she won Most Improved Player, she just kept working to get even better. And the results speak for themselves as she eventually won League MVP.
That's a weapon they've been allowed to use at will today, and they're doing some damage.
Yeah, the B's struggling to take that away from them. Three's going down quickly at both ends.
What an answer. You come at me with the three, I'm coming right back.
Everybody gets a three.
Now here's Hull. Howard. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
After leaning on the three-point shot in the first half, they're starting to get away from it here in the second. More of their shots are coming from inside.
Here's Lainey Hamilton. 17 points in the game. Right wing. Just 5 on the clock. For the lead.
It's hauled in by Aaliyah Boston.
The Fever with the lead. Clark outside. Pass to Howard.
And foul on Lainey Hamilton.
That's her 4th foul of the contest.
And these calls, they can be some of the toughest calls for officials to make.
But in this case, I think she got it right. The defender's still moving there and never really got set.
Now here's Clark. 30 points in the game.
Offensive board.
Well, we saw this with Boston even back in college. She does a great job of drawing fouls.
4th team foul.
She's made one and missed one so far at the line.
Aaliyah Boston. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
They've done a much better job from the line this half. They've gotten their percentage to over 80% now.
Both good at the line.
They brought their free throw percentage up, and the coach has to be happy about that. Doing a great job here in the second.
Now Burke. She's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard.
Pass to Phoebish.
Just 4 to shoot. And that one's good. Burke.
The second she got around the pick and shook her man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very well done.
3/4 of play and a close game here. The Fever on top, leading by just 2. And when we return, we'll get the 4th quarter rolling here on 2K Sports.
Now, this was some artistry right here. Great decision on where to go with the ball and a perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession end this way, Tim. It's true team basketball.
It's just so much fun to watch.
Okay, 4th quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one with both sides coming to play so far. Pass to Hull. And it's blocked by Brianna Stewart.
Excellent timing as a shot blocker. Stewart adds a significant dimension to her team's defense.
And now both of these teams really in a groove here late.
Yeah, and this game was already high scoring, but they've really taken it to another level here down the stretch.
Such a treat to watch, Brian.
Good one of honor for 3.
Here's Boston.
Shoots over Jones. And at last, they get one to fall. And we played through about a minute here in the 4th.
Pass to Phoebish.
To take the lead. Kept alive. And so she draws the foul on the shot. Trip to the line.
2nd personal foul. 1st team foul.
Solid amount of contact on that play, but Stewart's a tough-minded player who can do just about anything down low.
And the first one falls for her.
Well, something that's always stood out to me about Breanna Stewart, not only her incredible skill, but she just has phenomenal handles for a player with her length.
And so she makes both from the line. Clark with it. Pass to Boston. Outside Howard. Clark covered by Ionescu. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Bonner. Set it up with the big, but it's offline. Here's Stewart. And so she earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact.
Second team foul.
Goes on Natasha Howard.
Fouled on that play, but Stewart isn't worried.
At the line
She's
for the
tough
Liberty,
and relishes
Breanna
any
Stewart.
chance she can
2
get to
shots.
score some points.
You know, when you look at Sabrina Ionescu, one of the highlights for her in the offseason, competing against Steph Curry in a three-point contest. That was fun.
It was also special for NBA and WNBA fans. The event took place during the NBA All-Star Weekend, and Sabrina held her own, recording a score of 26 to Steph's 29.
That's also good, so she hits them both. The Fever trailing. Clark outside.
Pass to Boston.
That's some solid defense from Jonquel Jones. Here's Stewart. Basket number 8 for her on 13 attempts. That's a 62% clip so far.
Making it look so effortless. Once Stewart gets rolling, she's like an avalanche on offense.
Bonner outside. Shot clock at 6. Looking to get it going.
And it's Ionescu with the rebound.
The shot's just not dropping for her today.
Pass to Jones.
Lainey Hamilton with it. And it's Boston picking her up.
And the rebound goes to the Fever. Here's Bonner. It doesn't go for her.
I don't know if she just ran out of gas or what, but she's been awful since the second half started. Got to get recharged.
And she's still looking for her first triple of the second half. She had 3 at halftime.
Here's Mitchell. That one falls through. It's her 6th make from the floor this game, and now 6 for 10.
The soft touch from Mitchell on full display right there. Showing some pizzazz with the silky floater.
Timeout called the Liberty.
Looks like the coach saw some things out there that need adjusting. And it's going to take a little time to talk it over.
Yeah, never a bad idea to use a timeout if there's something that's got you concerned.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now.
Pass to Lainey Hamilton. Here's Febish.
There's the 3. Wnba Bonner with the rebound. Down low. Mitchell. That's in. Coming off an assist from Wnba Bonner. And that makes it a tie ball game. And so it's New York with it. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points.
Here's Febish.
New York, no good that time either. And it's the Fever ball. Clark, she's covered by Clark. Now here's Ionescu. Over Clark. New York, no good that time either. Bonner. To take the lead. And she's good on the 3 ball.
The defense has to at least honor Bonner's outside shot. She's happy to remind them of this fact, too.
Here's Jones. Banked in off the
Jonquel
glass.
Jones.
She's having a great half here. Exactly the reverse of the first half.
Boston outside.
Mitchell. Off target from 3-point range.
Well, she had 1 3 in the first half, but so far in the second, she's come up empty.
Here's Ionescu. Busts the J after a cagey pass fake.
This is her game. Ionescu is a scorer and stays active on offense. You love her confidence.
Wnba for three. Hits the three-point bomb.
Right now, the defense needs to work on closing out on her because she is beating up from outside.
Castellini Hamilton. Stewart, guarded by Howard. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Getting to the stride is something they've been doing a lot of in the second half.
And when you do it, it's such a good strategy when you're behind because not only do you get points, but the clock stops as well.
And she knocks down the first one. Goes in, 2 from the line that time. And these guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice assists.
When everybody's involved offensively, it's in a way helping you defensively too.
Now here's Lainey Hamilton. Here's Stewart. And good work on the boards, and they pick up the second chance points.
Crashes the glass with effort and intensity. Stewart loves turning boards into buckets.
Pass to Bonner. Beyond the arc. Yes, what an assist from Caitlin Clark.
On offense, Bonner is just relentless. Refuses to back off and drains a much-needed bucket.
Lainey Hamilton on the wing. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. The Fever trailing. Up top Clark, covered by Ionescu. Pass to Bonner. To the middle. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The 3. And it's Wnba again missing. Now here is Ionescu. She's covered by Clark. Offensive rebound. Great positioning on the putback.
A great feel for when the team needs a big play. Jones is a timely and dependable scorer.
Wnba for 3. Brings it from beyond the arc.
They come out of halftime smoking hot from beyond the arc.
Yeah, and as hot as they are from out there, there's absolutely no reason not to just keep letting them fly.
I agree, Brian. They should all have to be light.
14 foul. At the line for Wnba. Sabrina Ionescu. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that gives them the lead.
You got to admire how Sabrina Ionescu can do it all. She can score, distribute, grab rebounds. Whatever you need, she can do it. And that kind of versatility is just invaluable.
So she goes 2 for 2 at the line. And it's a 2-point ball game.
A lot of players say they want to be in those situations, but she truly does. What a clutch performance.
Bonner with the bucket.
Check out Bonner's explosive scoring ability. If defenses don't adjust, she's good at taking advantage.
Ionescu misses.
She's going to put a lot of pressure on her team's perimeter shooters if she can't convert those chances inside.
She hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Don't underestimate Bonner's big shot ability. She's a reliable scoring option down the stretch.
In the basket by Ionescu.
This is why this team turns to Ionescu during important possessions. They trust her to deliver.
Bonner, no good. And so it's New York with it. Right side. Thiebish. And here's Ionescu.
Talk about coming up clutch. How
How about Ionescu sinking the huge shot?
Timeout called the Fever. Bonner for three. New York with the rebound.
Just like me, 9 times out of 10, she's going to bury the three when she's left all alone like that.
Three-pointer Sabrina Ionescu. Another miss by Sabrina Ionescu. Now a timeout called by Indiana. Your thoughts, guys?
It all comes down to this. Enough time still on the clock that they be able to get a good look.
Yeah, there's always the debate of whether to take a 2 to tie or a 3 to win. But if it were up to me, I'd pound it down low and try to get a good shot in tight.
I'm with you, Brian. Just get the 2 points and keep the game alive.
They blow the whistle just as she gets it off. That's 2 points. A chance for another one. He sinks the clutch free throw.
Well, if you want to talk about a potential momentum changer, that could be it. The hoop, the harm, and now the lead.
Timeout called the Liberty. Guys, what do you think?
No need to rush it. Still plenty of time for them to get off a good shot.
You nailed it, Tim. And I'd say that whatever their favorite play is, now's the time to run it.
Yeah, Brian. Just run the play your team's most comfortable with. Come down.
Hamilton. She's covered by Mitchell. Outside, Stewart. The three won't fall. And so it's the Fever who come out on top here. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
These are those games that are so great to win and so hard to lose. I love being on the edge of my seat, just wondering what would happen.
And we'll see you at the next event.
That'll do it for our broadcast, everyone.